Hello everyone, and welcome to your Day 4 Assassin's Map update. This one's going to be a little bit bigger. As you can see on the bottom, it is Day 9. I'm doing a double video recording today. Things happened and I did not get Day 4 done, and Day 8 is also happening delayed as well. But I am getting both of these, and then I'll be taking screenshots a couple hours later just to put it in. So the Day 4 update, unfortunately, will just have to rely on the map from the newspaper. And the reason for that is, let me just skip back before you guys can see too much, is because I don't want to give away current unit locations, which is why I started zoomed in just on mine, just on my area. So first things first, let's actually go through a little bit of things that happened on the first couple days, because we really were not able to, well, they were shorts, and shorts can only show so much. So we had some issues getting the map started. We had a player who was lined up to join. Unfortunately, things happened, and he was just unable to make it. So we found a replacement player who was able to start the map off for us. And I don't know if a part of me wants him to die soon. That way we can introduce him and tell him thank you officially, or if I want him to win, just that way he can be the person that saved the map from starting with too much of a delay, and also managed to win it. I'm torn on which one I would want that to be. There was a rule clarification so there are only 2 hero spawns allowed in per player for the entire map. So at any time in the game you can spawn 2 heroes, but once the hero dies, there's no bringing him back. You can use the same hero twice, but you cannot. But then you would only be using the 1 hero with 2 spawns. So that's just how it is. As well, there's no limitation on which heroes can be used. So any of the heroes that are in the game, if a hero gets released today and you get enough points to roll it out tomorrow, so be it. It's just the way it is. No one knows exactly what's coming out on the heroes, so it just puts a little bit of a different, interesting twist to it. Did not mean to close that out. Heading into day 1. So we had, I believe it was 3 or 4 players who ended up not playing in the map for different things. You just get your typical... you just have your typical congratulations, good luck to everyone. And then the diplomacy began. I know that some diplomacy happened between the 2 countries, or between multiple countries, and the reason for that is I got 7 people that messaged me and said, "Are we allowed to share maps?" Answer is a resounding yes. Everyone got it with the exact same warning who asked, you can share maps, you can give right of way. You just have zero way of knowing if the person who's giving you those shared maps is in fact trying to target you and kill you. No one knows that, which just makes it so much more interesting, because you could theoretically be playing with someone for 2-3 days and they're trying to set you up and they backstab you and you have no idea what came and happened. That is just, quite frankly, something that is an interesting point to it, because yes, you could just, let's say, which I'm not playing, but let's say that Central USA was my target. Now, Central USA is a player that did not play, so I'm sort of just picking on him there. But let's say him and I have shared maps, and we go a week, 2 weeks, and even though he's my target, and even though I could get massive points if I just beat him, I can just play nice, send him along to other places, let him waste troops, figure out intel about him, and then when the time's right, the knife comes out, I get my points, and we just carry on. That's something which could be done too. There's a couple long cons that I'm seeing being attempted to play out, but I'm not saying anything about who, where, or what. We'll wait for those to pan out. And if they pan out or if they don't, then we'll decide if those get added into the videos. But just some fun little things that I am having so much fun watching the map. It's so entertaining. We started off on day 2. Day 2 is the first day where you could fight. There was just a 1-day AI and human peace period. So started off immediately, and the really only fun stuff that happened is Sweden and Norway just immediately started sniping at each other a bit in the newspaper. I'm just gonna pause it here for a bit. I like it. And especially now that both of them actually have been revealed as Arcflash and Dinky Empire, they were actually on a map as allies playing together a couple days ago, and we're getting along very, very well. And I spoke to one of them, and they had nothing but good things to say about the other. And I just think that it's just insanely amusing to me that they both ended up side by side with each other. Had a huge drawn out fight that ended up essentially in a draw. Because both countries ended up dying so close to each other with the capitals being taken out. But just a huge fight, so nicely done. I actually thought that Norway might have the edge at one point, but he lost the stack overnight, and that just tipped it right back to even. And Sweden was also making some good gains in the beginning, might have overstretched a bit, allowing Norway an opportunity to come back. Either way, it was just really fun to watch the back and forth there. And as well, East Libya got the first capital capture. He was just moving a stack around and noticed that I believe it was West Libya wasn't moving, and just landed and took the capital on day 1. Let me just double check to see if that was it. Hang on, I'm just going to scroll through the kills of Norway and Sweden. Let's see. There's tons of fighting there. East Libya, because that was a very, very fast start to the war. Yes, that's what it was. Nearly the first thing that happened was that capital capture. Only thing quicker was Arabia taking out that French West African province down on the southern edge of Egypt, on that southeast corner of the map. So we had East Libya just sniping the capital of West Libya. Denmark and Greenland, that was some island taking over. West Algeria started off incredibly fast versus Morocco. And we'll get a little bit more into what happened later on, because that essentially balanced out and then tipped the other way. So while West Algeria started off with significantly better military plays, Morocco's ability to play their econ allowed them to balance it out and slowly turn the tables there. Very touch and go. I think that they're lucky that they held on as long as they did. Northern Russia cleaning out some AI. Egypt and East Libya. I don't know if any troops died, but that was just a very short 25-minute war. South Canada, North Canada, we're starting off then. I do think that South Canada actually lost their capital on day 3, so that is something that was pretty quick there. And as well, Poland just started blitzkrieging straight into Germany. I actually missed seeing what was going on there. At the beginning, I jumped in late for my screenshots, and the front was collapsed, so I'm not too sure what the defensive layout was there. Maybe, hopefully, Sweaty Gamer 696969 or Poland, who is still unknown, can either send me a private message or leave something in the comments of the YouTube video if you are released, if your name has been released already. Uh, Greenland landed in Newfoundland, and I think they also landed in North Canada as well. We'll see if that pops up higher up there. That's the beginning of the Norway-Sweden conversations, fighting that we had, that I started off the talking about on this video. And Spain takes out Portugal. Very, very efficient kill. Whoever is playing as Spain did an excellent job there. Very efficient. As you can see, there's that one capital capture right down here. And down here, that is the French West Africa capital that Arabia took. You can also see that Sweden pushed through right there and on the Norwegian coast, just cutting them in half right there. Day 3 had some much more interesting stuff that happened. Part of it was due to Bulgaria just getting a lot of attention that backfired. So down here you're going to see there were some spies that was happening. The spies hitting Sweden. My guess is that's probably Norway, or there was also Lithuania that attacked later on, but we will not get into that this video. And that spy in Germany was probably from Poland. You have Greece is sending scouts around, it looks like. And you know, as you send scouts around, occasionally some fighting will happen there. And right here you see Ukraine just absolutely slamming into Romania. So what happened here is Romania sent a stack of 50 infantry into the capital of Bulgaria and didn't attack. Don't know if Bulgaria gave Romania right of way after he marched, or if he was hoping on going through there and attacking somewhere else, or if he moved it there just to be prepared for a follow-up attack, and by the time he logged back in, capital was gone, taken out. Either way, he ended up with a vast majority of his army in an AI territory and just got absolutely slammed. One of those things where sometimes you make a bad call or a bad decision, or real life kicks in and you're not able to be as active as you were hoping for, and someone just makes you pay for it. We still have the South Canada-North Canada fight, but on this one, South Canada loses their capital on this one. So that's the day that they lost their capital. Italy and France. Italy captured Ajaccio. So that is... Give me a second. So that is France's island. My guess would be that France left just a token defense on the island and was pulling troops back for the mainland just for mainland attacks or defenses. That would be the way that I would look at it. That would be the way that I would be looking at it, as how that happened. Because if someone really wants to capture that island, they can just send a really huge stack into it, and you won't be able to defend it unless you put more troops on there. But seeing as the name of the game is essentially take the capital of a country, then losing your capital, then losing the island would become less of an important thing, as opposed to potentially losing your capital or getting pushed back on the mainland. So that's probably that trade-off that was considered there. Russia hit Astrakhan and seemed to struggle a bit. Anytime you're hitting AI, typically you get better KD ratios. Wonder if he just ran smaller stacks through some forts. Still gets the win, still cleans it out. It's just something that takes a little bit longer there. North Canada North Canada gets hit by Greenland too, as Greenland is pushing in. The capital has already been captured, but there's still land. Land is still important and useful. You have West Algeria and Morocco still going on with the fighting. Not much difference there from the previous day. Poland and Germany, but now Germany's troops are mostly tapped, and Berlin gets captured pretty close to the day change. I think that's about an hour and 15 minutes before the day change. Very close to the end of the day there. Good capital boost and puts an end to Germany's ability to get points. Egypt captures Fuduquan. That was the French West Africa province that Arabia had captured the day before. Because Arabia doesn't lose any troops, I am wondering if it was left empty and was an agreed upon essentially trade-off, as in I'll let you take it just in order to have peace later. We'll see how that pans out over the next couple days though. 2 more AI captures. These seem to be done quite efficiently and easily. And actually, it looks like Cox's did actually hit Astrakhan as well. Didn't get the capital though. And Spain finishes off Portugal because Portugal had recaptured a province that then Spain had to take over again. And they also took out the capital there. The Sweden-Norway fight that was close but fairly low down is now 59 to 62,000 kills. Just so dead even, just back and forth and absolutely brutal fighting. Northern USA and South Canada. So South Canada had attacked and taken out the capital of North Canada, so troops were probably pushed up there. And then all of a sudden, Northern USA just pushes into South Canada. That's just taking advantage of the gaps and of the fact that troops are now on the opposite border and in low morale territory. It's just a double whammy there. It's a good time to attack there. As you can see, not a lot of change there, but some gaps and some openings there. Ottoman Empire, quite frankly, got frustrated by Romania. It wasn't played as Ukraine's multi-account. Just said a bad move before, and of course, brilliant answer. Romania just thought Bulgaria's capital was just more important. We don't really know how that panned out or not, but that is where it is. So just zooming in a little bit up here, you see this is the one province there that got captured. And you can see where South Canada had pushed through into northern Canada. There's some pushing through there, but what you're also seeing is Greenland's landing right there. So up here, Sweden still has these territories there, but they did lose this one here. So that's part of the back and forth there. Just the AI captures along the edge there. Ukraine pushing to Romania, just right inside there, just gutting him. Poland pushing through Germany, right along as you see here. That AI we talked about down there. This right here is that Morocco, Algeria. So Algeria had taken this entire southern part there, but you've got the forts and you've got the capital up here, and that is where he had put the vast majority of his econ buildings. So he was still able to keep cranking out defensive units just to hold up and just to hold that line. So he was in a bad spot right up there on the edge, but he was holding on and still doing well. That takes us over to day 4. I'm going to go down to the end, and then I'm going to finish off with the obituaries. So we've got rebellions, Sicily, but no revolts on those ones. finishing off of the AI of Astrakhan. I actually thought that was done last time. I missed seeing that there was a one province left in the corner there, which that will have been gone. An update on the Greenland North Canada fight. There's just one more province that's taken. South Canada, North Canada. You have a revolt that went back to North Canada, then a recapture. Don't know if there were any troops that were lost there. I guess I was wrong about Egypt and Arabia doing it for peace because there's some more fighting there. And you get, this one's just highlighted. There was, Sweden and Norway had lost some heroes too. But you get a hero that gets killed too. Just being able to kill a hero just helps that a lot. Because you know that is one thing that they cannot replace. You also have over here Ottoman making a move into Syria, but not capturing much. I'll get into the future a bit more into that strategy there. I just don't want to tip off anything while it's ongoing and while Ottoman is known. So once Ottoman is known, if I remember, I will go over that. If I forget, feel free to remind me and I'll do a special update on that on the next larger update video. If there are no more videos to happen, I will just do a post inside the Discord channel, the community events server. There is a channel there for the Assassins map as well. Over here you see Austria-Hungary hits Belgium. Not the Belgium up north, that's the Swiss part of it. So they just took out the Switzerland part of that, opening up a border with France as well, who had lost their island. Another update on the South Canada, Northern US. So Northern US is taking losses there, and South Canada has recaptured Montreal. So there's a little bit of pushback that's happened there, but there are losses that are building up. As well, Austria-Hungary launches into Italy. There is just huge losses on Italy's part, but no captures. So that's just a really huge ongoing fight. So South Canada had moved their troops back towards fighting the other threat, and then Greenland just pushed in, took some easy provinces that were floating around. You have Ukraine starting to kill off Romania's final troops that were not inside the Bulgarian capital. And Caucasus just snipes a province from Russia. France takes a lightly defended province from Italy. More AI being taken out by northern Russia. Egypt starts fighting East Libya, so now Egypt is fighting Arabia and East Libya, so there's fights happening on both sides of them. More scout killing. This Sweden-Norway fight, 103 to 109 the kills, just skyrocketing. As you see, just so close and just dead even across the board. Norway loses their Lawrence of Arabia hero. It's just a brutal, close, hard-fought fight. Even though neither of them will win this map, they both won a lot of respect from me just for the absolute brutality in which they fought this to the very bitter end. Norway also hits Denmark, just kills 8 troops. And that had been because for some reason, and I missed this somewhere, a province revolted of Egersund, that's in the southern tip of Norway, had revolted to Denmark, so that's just a recapture there. You have Arabia and Ottoman just going back and forth on some province captures. These ones are all going Ottoman's way, actually. Um, Poland is just wiping the floor with Germany. Just a 44 to 101, just efficiently rolling through. That's just better stacks, taking out troops as they go through. The West Algeria Morocco fight is now very close in terms of kills. This is where the defensive stand started coming up again. Actually, West Algeria loses their Kangol hero, and that is a part of where there was that tipping of the game that happened where the one hero was gone. I think actually Morocco had lost a hero earlier on as well. Lithuania and Russia stay at peace. And then we get into the reveals. West Libya, I'm just going to pull this up here and leave it here just so you can pause on it and just read it yourself. Then we have Romania and North Canada. And then we finished off with the German obituary, the German Empire obituary, and you have a note by Sweden that's left there as well. Also, all of these obituaries are also being posted as well in the Discord channel on the on the Discord server on the Assassins channel. And I received a message just saying that the name that I had put for the Romanian obituary, the name of the mountain range, was incorrect. So looking here on this map, you see Sweden has recaptured up top. Norway is in tough province-wise, but kills-wise is just doing really well. Right here you have southern Canada, which had hit into northern Canada, and northern USA is back to their original provinces there, but Greenland is pushing in through to North America there. The defensive stand is still happening. There's no change here. You have Libya's attack into Egypt, and Ottoman pushing south through into Arabia. Those are really the big things that are going on there. You still have Poland cleaning out, and while Italy has lost a lot of troops, they haven't lost a lot of provinces yet. We'll see how that carries on over the next couple days on the next videos. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.